भाजपा की राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता और अर्थशास्त्री संजू वर्मा कहती हैं, आर्थिक मोर्चे पर बहुत सारी सकारात्मक खबरें हैं और इस बार विश्व बैंक ने 17 करोड़ लोगों को अत्यधिक गरीबी से बाहर निकालने के लिए मोदी सरकार की सराहना की है। इससे भी महत्वपूर्ण बात यह है कि यह वित्त वर्ष 2012 और वित्त वर्ष 2023 के बीच हुआ है। पिछले 10 से 11 वर्षों में भारत में कुल गरीबी दर 16.2% से घटकर 2.3 हो गई है। 16% से अधिक से बमुश्किल 2% तक प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने कल्याणकारी कार्यक्रमों बिना किसी चोरी के सीधे नकद हस्तांतरण और निडरता से लागू किए गए संरचनात्मक सुधारों के माध्यम से यही हासिल किया है।
नरेंद्र मोदी has achieved by way of his welfare programs, by way of direct cash transfers without any pilferage, and by way of structural reforms that have been implemented without fear or fervor. Also, the more important bit is not simply the fact that 170 million people have been uplifted from poverty, but the World Bank made another very pertinent point, and that is this. In the last 10 or 11 odd years, rural poverty rate in India is down from 18.4% to barely 2.8%, and urban poverty rate is down from 10.7% to just 1.1%. Imagine, urban poverty rate, which was almost close to 11%, today is down to just 1.1%. That is an excellent endorsement of the fact that Modinomics is working on the ground and how. And the other very interesting bit is this. The rural-urban poverty divide, that has also shrunk dramatically. The rural-urban poverty divide, say 10 or 11 years back, the World Bank says, when the Congress was in power, was 7.7%. Today, the rural-urban poverty divide, or call it the poverty gap, the rural-urban poverty gap is down from 7.7% to just 1.7%. This again showcases the fact that the willpower of the political leadership matters a lot. Under the erstwhile Congress regime, every 100 rupees, only 15 rupees reached the end beneficiary. 85 rupees were pilfered by middlemen. Or to quote Rajiv Gandhi, out of every 100 paise, 85 paise were pilfered by middlemen, and only 15 paise reached the end user or the end beneficiary. Whereas in the case of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's welfare programs, more than 40 lakh crore have been transferred directly into the bank accounts of the poor and the marginalized by way of cash transfers. And guess what? There is no leakage, there are no middlemen at play, there is no pilferage, and that is precisely the reason Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been able to uplift people out of extreme poverty. World Bank defines extreme poverty as somebody who is earning below $2.15 per day. The other very interesting thing is that the IMF has dramatically slashed GDP growth rates across the board for a whole host of countries, both developing, developed, Latin America, advanced countries, Europe, so on and so forth. But both the World Bank and the IMF, despite slashing their global GDP growth forecasts for a whole host of countries, have categorically said that India, despite the cut, will continue to grow at 6% plus. The World Bank for FY26 says India will grow at 6.3%, whereas the IMF says India will still continue to grow at 6.2%. And I think this is excellent news because, like I keep reinforcing, large parts of the world are in disinflationary mode or in deflationary mode or threatening to get into recession. And against this political economic backdrop that is consumed by geopolitical mayhem against the context of rising trade wars, escalating trade tensions, for India to be able to continue to showcase a growth of 6% plus is again a vindication of